Alright, this is Loves Beer 99, and this is a video about my Timney Calvin Elite match grade 1.5 pound single stage trigger. As you can see, I have this set up on my across the course rifle, my match rig. By the way, I'm not really good at making videos, so I'm going to just do my best and hopefully it's not that bad. So let me kind of come around this other side. I was having some problems with my two-stage trigger, and I decided to try something new. And with that being said, I couldn't find another match-grade trigger available for ARs across the course that was light poundage, so to speak, like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Most match-grade triggers are designed for service rifle, which is a 4.5 pound trigger at best. So I found this trigger, and I'm not going to take it out of the rig because there's already enough videos to show you, what it looks like and how to install it. But I want to show you some of the good things, give you some feedback, and then I'm going to tell you one or two of the bad things or issues I'm having with so far. None of them are warranted enough for me to stop using the trigger, so I'll say that from the start. Now, going from a two-stage trigger to a one-stage trigger took some getting used to. I had to do a lot of dry firing, especially with the 1.5 pound trigger. So, my recommendation is if you're going to get one of these, plan to spend a lot of time with it before you get used to it. But once you get used to it, it breaks really, really nice. And your experience may be different, but I really like it. So let's take a look at this thing a little bit closer. So you'll notice that right here there's a pin that attaches to like a rail, and then there's like a shoe that sits on it. This is adjustable forward and back. The shoe is adjustable up and down. It's also adjustable in or out to cant, and then the pin itself will actually cant in or out like this of the trigger guard. And I'll show that to you in a little while. I have this winter trigger guard on here, so I was able to drop this really low, and with the grip that I have on here, it just feels really nice. My hand just kind of naturally sits in this position. Now, even though you could adjust this back really far, if you see the way the shoe sticks out, it really doesn't give you any less reach than, let's say, a Geisley two-stage trigger. There is one pin that comes with this that's straight down. I'll show that to you in a second in the accessories. That, in fact, will get closer to the shoe here and shorten your length of pull. But once you have this adjusted with the cant, it doesn't feel like I'm reaching for anything. It just feels natural. My finger just lands on it. I grab the rifle, my finger just lands on this perfectly, right? So let me show you the accessories real quick, and then I'll break a couple of shots, and then I'll adjust it for you. So it comes with these additional pieces, depending on how you like your finger to sit on a trigger. That's that one straight piece that I told you about that replaces the pin. It's knurled. It actually is kind of nice. I was playing with it a little bit. I might actually even put it back on. I'm still experimenting with the trigger in totality, so I haven't made any final decisions yet. And it comes with this adjustment tool, which I'll take off in a second. So, the way it breaks in slow fire, again, once you get used to it, to me, it's really, really nice. It just breaks clean. In rapid fire, I thought I was going to have a problem, but I really didn't. I mean, it's, instead of having to take that step where you stage the trigger, take your breath and break, you just take your breath and break the trigger. Take your breath, sight, break the trigger. And it just breaks clean, resets fast. It's really, really nice. Let me show you real quick how it breaks. And I'll start showing you some of the problems I have with it. Okay, so once you learn how to manage the trigger, kind of hard to do when I'm not really behind the rifle, so I'm going to do my best here. It just breaks. A very short reset. Breaks. Very short reset. But it's not perfect. If I'm actually careful, I can get some movement. Very little movement, but it's there. See that? And then it breaks. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's really, really good. It's about as close to as perfect as I've seen, and I haven't tried every trigger in the world though. But again, once you learn to manage it, you take your breath, find your sight, break. Part of the problem I have with it so far is, I don't know if you can kind of see the pin right here. It's out a little bit. I'm not going to show you the other side, but it's walking. So ever since I put the pins in this thing, they've actually been kind of loose. They don't seem like they're tight in there, and you have to reuse your pins. The trigger doesn't come with its own pins. So I'm going to try to get some anti-walking pins and see how they work. The other thing I learned was I'm going to have to put Loctite on these pieces because this actually fell and was rubbing on this past weekend. And I broke the trigger and it didn't reset, and I thought something was wrong, so I pushed it with my finger. And I was like, wow, I already broke this trigger, but really didn't. It just was rubbing on the trigger guard because the screw came loose and it just fell and was rubbing on the trigger guard. So I think some Loctite should fix that. So other than trying to get used to it, making sure that you have it adjusted correctly, and then talking about these pins, finding a fix for this, I really have no problems with this trigger. It's been quite great. I'm really happy I have it. I'm looking forward to shooting it more. But what I could do right now is I could show you some of the adjustability. Hopefully I don't drop it, because I've already made 2 videos where I dropped this and had to go and find a piece and start over. Alright, so... Alright, let me come around the other side. Okay, so you can see this adjusts forward. You could also see that it adjusts out to either side. Or... Oh, come on. I don't have it loose enough on the other side. Let me tighten up that one piece now that it's... And then I'll take the other one. I could actually take this shoe now and adjust it in or out. Or up or down. So when my finger sits on it from the other side and it's in this position, it just feels really natural and breaks real easy. So that's the Timney Calvin Elite. Again, I'm not a great video maker. This isn't a promotion for it. It's just for people that shoot across the course. Kind of give you a level of expectation of what to expect. I'm going to use it this season. This is 2019. I'm really looking forward to shooting this trigger a little bit more. And, hopefully I have a good season. All right, Loves Beer 99. Take it easy.